Wow.
For some reason in this save file, I already looked at the door.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's got a check mark on it.
I see. That's another first-class cabin, and yet its door is completely unguarded.
Empty as well. I had a quick look inside earlier. Though I confess I didn't investigate the wardrobe. There may very well be a young Japanese fellow inside, perspiring merrily.
According to Naruhodo, you know very well that he's currently presiding merrily in court.
Does it not strike you, though, Mikotoba? Another man stands guard only in front of this cabin when both are apparently vacant.
Well,
That
yes,
is pretty
of course.
sus.
And then we got those freaking rats on this boat. That must be a mousetrap, I think. Perhaps I could distract the crewman's attention with somehow. Yeah, I guess
never
I'll
tried
try
it. I never tried it. Did you try it?
Choo-choo!
Oh my god.
That sounds like pig mouse in trap. Choo-choo! I will bring bucket of water, put it out of misery. Don't like the sound of that.
I can't imagine Mikotoba chewing. In any case, my dear fellow, that was quite unconvincing. Only Japanese mice make a chew sound.
See, this is why this needs to be animated. I want to see this in real time.
I want to see Mikotoba say chew.
Choo-choo. Oh, really, Shelves? And pray tell, what sound do Russian mice make?
Beep beep. Naturally, though quite unconvincing, I readily admit. So go ahead, Mikotoba. Do a PP this time.
No, thank you. I am sure I can come up with an alternative solution.
You don't want a PP?
No PP.
No PP. Okay, Mikotoba, no PP.
What is that? Ah, the search for the electrical lights! Perhaps if I were to turn off the lights, the crewmen wouldn't be able to see what we're doing. I mean, wouldn't be able to see, hello? I'm just gonna be a menace and just do everything, honestly.
Sure, just right in front of him.
Yeah. Ah, what is happening? Where is light? Now, Sholmes, now!
Can he see?
That's what I'm saying! Click. Ah. Nobody there. That was a close shave.
Quite an act you have stumbling so violently in an apparently empty corridor.
Just imagine these two.
So
I
silly.
Wish, do be quiet, Sholmes. I shall have to think of another approach.
You see, people are always saying they gotta do another game where these two are just solving mysteries. It'd be the funniest thing
Yeah,
ever.
that's the way back to the deck, but we certainly can't give up now, then. So, alright, I guess
Well, there's only one thing.
It's
Just
like
grab
a Neo Temple Guardian statue. This fellow, the way he's glaring at us so fiercely. Tell me, why are you standing guard here if the cabin is unoccupied? Because the area is only for first-class passengers. You must look out for suspicious criminals. He was looking straight at me when he said that.
My dear fellow, as you can plainly see, we are quite unsuspicious as criminals go.
But still criminals. No, for goodness sake, Sholmes, tell the man. We're neither suspicious nor criminals.
Ah, yes, quite right, Mikotoba. Curses, this seaman is far too able for his own good. Be extremely careful in what you say.
One of us ought to be, yes. Okay.
What a menace.
Yeah, what the
There's
heck?
only one thing you can do now.
Well, looks like I have to pull this alarm right in front of him. This would appear to be an alarm bell. All hell would break loose if it were to ring. The whole crew would know about it.
Shame.
It's a shame, man. Here goes then. Pardon me in advance! Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Yo, what are you doing? Feel at sea, there will be very bad problem.
What's going on down there? Seaman Stroganoff. Report at once.
Sorry, sir, nothing to report. It was stupid trick. No, not by me, by world famous. No, as I told you. Now, Sholmes, now.
We only doing it. Done. Well, don't stand there gawping at my brilliance, Mikoltova. In we go.
Oh, yes. What did you think that we did this for? Let's go.
He's like, huh.
And
I
then we
guess we
lock
should be
ourselves
going
in here,
inside.
and they can't get in here.
Yo,
Oh boy, it's a mess. Whoa,
magenta
what's
sock on
happening
the
in
floor.
here?
Magenta sock on the floor.
Magenta, but also lime green.
Lime green.
It's a mess
Number
in here.
15.
Hello? Wait, oh! What's going on in
Hmm?
here? Good gracious. There's a lot going on in here.
Yes. It would appear that the occupants of this cabin did indeed disbark rather hurriedly. Where's Tidy Whitey's? He's got a sleeping cap, though.
There. There's Shishiro's without question.
Yo, Senshiro sleeps like freaking Ebenezer Scrooge. Look at his little hat. Well, it seems we are just a little too late.
Yes, by 2 hours.
Damn. Still, whilst we're here, we should investigate thoroughly. There may very well be 2 hours worth of clues to find in here.
But the burly crewmate may return any moment, Sholmes.
Indeed he may, which makes this all the more thrilling. Yes, this OST!
Ooh! I love this OST.
Alright, what are you looking at?
So I'm gonna start over here, because there was less over here. The wall is a slightly different color from just here. Do you see?
Indeed. What you have observed arises when a frame that has been hanging for some time is removed. Perhaps your friend is an art thief.
Now there's a bold deduction worthy of a great detective, I'm sure.
He may very well be the elusive thief who's been plaguing France's galleries of late.
I think perhaps we should focus our attentions elsewhere, Sholmes, don't you?
No.
The Allen's wall. Feels as though I might have spotted something of the similar shape and size elsewhere. Why is that moved?
Really makes you think, huh?
What's behind that? And why is that bunched up and what's going on here?
Oops. I accidentally clicked on something. I hope you click on the same thing I did. No, it wasn't that.
There's a speaking tube here. Look, though it's been stopped with some cloth. So the voices of the crewmen of the bridge aren't an annoyance, I suppose.
Or indeed so that the voices in this cabin aren't heard elsewhere.
Could something have happened in here for no one else's ears, do you think?
Either that, or it could be to prevent snakes from entering.
Well,
You're so funny, Sholmes. You're the funniest man on earth.
That's really becoming a favorite case of yours, hasn't it? That case was you lied to us.
Becky, please. No, I didn't look at that either.
Quite the exquisite glass, I must say. You know, he said it. I'm sorry.
Do you hear how it?
Is there something wrong, Sholmes? You suddenly trailed off.
Ice, Mikoto, but ice. What opulence the first-class passengers enjoy. Chilled drinks.
Wait, that should have been melted if it was 2 hours ago. That's very fresh. Pardon?
It's pretty fresh, huh? Could it be that the steamship is equipped with an electrically refrigerated cold room, do you think?
Well, it is a luxury liner, after all. They have numerous refrigerators from storing all sorts of lavish produce, as well as ice. On our voyage from Japan, we enjoyed culinary delights from all over the world.
Suddenly, Mikoto. The sight of you is making my mouth water. Guys, hello?
Wait a minute. Oh my goodness.
I'm feeling kinda, you know.
We have a case to solve, Sholmes.
I want a piece of some of that, Mikoto, if you know what I mean.
Back to the case, Sholmes. Back to the case. I haven't taken on the flavor of the food I ate, you know.
Listen, it's been 10
Why
years,
did you say
okay?
That? Oh my god.
It's been 10 years. He hasn't seen him in 10 years.
Okay, Ami, where did you click? Wardrobe?
It's the picture frame. No, not the wardrobe.
Listen. The rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are strictly forbidden. There are severe punishments for stowing away in wardrobes and/or travel cases.
Damn, Rinosuke. I feel the rules have increased
Yeah.
since I last read them. Probably just my imagination.
Well, yeah. What about the fact they're not straight on the wall? Doesn't that strike you?
You may be right. Probably just your imagination, though. A trifle. And you know what I always say, Mikoto? There's nothing important about trifles.
It's probably just my imagination, but I think that might be slightly off. Okay.
Ooh.
This is a wastebasket. Look, there's still rubbish inside.
Indeed. Then let us pry. I've discovered recently I have a penchant for exploring the contents of others. Well,
I
this
sincerely
trash
hope
baby.
only for your work.
Trash baby.
There it goes.
Yeah. Ah. Here we have notice issued to passengers from 3 days ago.
3 days ago. That night before we arrived in London, then. I was still aboard myself. What does that say? Following? Oh, evacuation drill. October 31st. Well, I wasn't done! I didn't press anything! Oh,
Wait, I'll read it, Hold on.
Evacuation drill.
Hold on.
I remember now. Okay.
Kirk. All crew members are required to assemble on the main deck at 10 p.m. in order to review evacuation. Take 20 minutes. Crew to resume duty.
Welcome or leave to have some privacy for once.
Sorry.
I could have read it there.
Oh.
I was waiting.
It's fine. You can read it again if you want.
Plenty of reading material to keep passengers occupied on the long sea voyages. I fixed the mixture of classical literature and easy reading to be most satisfactory, I would say.
Whoever stocked this bookcase was a hopeless heretic. There's no copy of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, my dear fellows.
I'm afraid it's just me, but no, you're quite right. More blasphemous than overlooking the Bible. Oh.
I shall leave a copy behind. I happen to have one with me.
He has like 15 books in there. You're a true missionary of the Church of Great Detectives, aren't you? I see. Okay, well, look, now we're gonna look at the wardrobe real quick.
Rinosuke's in there. Oh!
Well, I see that now. According to the report I was given, Naruhodo was concealing himself in Asoki's wardrobe.
Indeed he was. And it was of a similar size to this one. You must climb inside yourself, my dear fellow.
Whatever for?
It was the site of my first faithful meeting with Mr. Naruhodo. You can experience the moment yourself now, complete with my dramatic rhetoric. Come along now, in you go. This will only take a moment.
Really, surely you can just tell me what you said.
No, impossible. I will not do that. Well, I uttered some brilliant remark and opened the wardrobe to reveal the stowaway murderer.
I think I'll just read about the adventures of Herlock Sholmes.
He wants to be dramatic so bad.
I think, yeah. Okay. Oh, I see it.
I opened it up to check specifically.
It's very sizable. Oh, that's not me.
That's a very sizable trunk indeed.
She sure is practical to all things large.
Oh, I've seen it today. I've seen it. And a rather clumsy fellow, as he failed to notice he left that behind.
Perhaps he left it on purpose. It's lighter than you think, but still a hindrance to a speedy escape. Oh.
Pity. It's locked, so we can't look inside.
Surely 5 seconds from now the situation will be quite different, though.
Sadly not. It has a 7-digit combination lock. And I'm not in a morose enough mood to work through all the combinations at present. Oh my goodness, it's chicken.
The chicken.
Chicken.
You are stuck here? Ah, Able Seaman Stroganoff. Hello again.
I was beginning to think you'd never materialize.
You're waiting for me?
Of course, I was expecting you to burst in with a hearty Russian profanity far soon.
I was in trouble for cat because of trick you played before. Poor innocent chicken. It is all your fault. Ship is leaving port soon. Get off, now.
Well, Shum was just trying earlier, to be honest. Of course, you shall disembark presently, my dear fellow, but first, there's something that must be done.
What you're talking about?
Why, naturally.
Oh, is it about to be...
It's about that time. The debunking of your deceit and the bearing of the truth. Kako?
Okay.
I'm afraid I see through your lies. For one thing, Mr. Jigoku has not yet left this vessel at all.
There ain't no way.
What? And for another, my dear Seaman Stroganoff, you know exactly where the man is, even as we speak, don't you?
How can you? Good gracious, Sholmes, you mean you figured it out? All of it?
It's really been too long, hasn't it, old friend? 10 years, no less.
Oh? Oh my god!
So, would you care to join me for a dance in my insatiable logic and reasoning? Same.
I'm so excited! Nothing would please me more.
This is such a good part of the game.
This?
We have but minutes until the vessel puts to sea. No games now. My boys! Oh! I couldn't read that. Time's of the essence. Mr. Stroganoff, allow me to remind you of your earlier claim. You told us that Jigoku left the ship some 2 hours ago.
That is what I said.
Sadly, it was a rather clumsy lie. You see, there is something in this room that quite clearly contradicts it.
What? Ah, yes, of course.
I see you've noted it too, Mikotoba. Then please do take the lead. I can't believe Shu Takumi just sat here and put his whole soul into this part of the game specifically.
Yeah!
Let's see what the last 3 years have done to your observational skills then, Mikotoba.
Oh my god, this part of the OST sounds so good.
Yes! It's so good!
It's been 10 years since we last did this, Sholmes, not 3. 10?
Why, of course it has. Quite. Now, all the clues are here in this cabin for your eyes to see. But as I always say, you must not merely overlook. Look, but observe. Observe and the answers become clear. Also, I do like how in this part of the game, they're just like, Sholmes is actually as smart as people think he is. He's not being an idiot.
Right. I think he just
like
did that to mess with us, honestly.
Yeah, that's a lot of people say. They either say like he's just doing it on purpose, or you know,
yes,
because he wants someone to match up to Mikotoba, so he just acts like an idiot with Ryunosuke.
Yeah.
So impress me.
I think I can manage that.
Yes, you can, baby.
What in the cabin shows the impossibility of Jigoku having disembarked 2 hours ago? I mean,
right?
I pointed it out. I was just like, Kure! Woo!
Yes. Hold on.
What?
Yes.
Oh! That's so cool. Perhaps you should have cleared away that glass.
How curious that the ice shouldn't have melted it despite being abandoned 2 hours ago. It would appear that the man was here in this very cabin until moments before our arrival. With this well-chilled glass in hand.
Get your mind off the refreshment, Sholmes.
He's thirsty. One might even conclude that somebody informed him of our boarding. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Stroganoff?
But why would Shishiro run from us?
Before we consider that question, allow me to confirm one small matter. Would I be incorrect in saying that these first-class cabins on the SS Grouse are the same ones in which you and Mr. Jigoku were accommodated on in your voyage from Japan?
Ah, that's right. They are.
Oh, bye.
I was in the cabin next door, and Shishiro was... yes. 50 days in this very cabin during our voyage. As I suspected, for you see...
That's me.
Got ahead
It's
of
fine.
myself, but it's...
Too hyped. I understand. There are traces in this cabin of a dark secret that Mr. Jigoku had to hide.
What traces? I know nothing about this.
This is news to you, is it, Mr. Stroganoff?
Sholmes, what exactly are you getting at?
As I said, there are traces in this cabin of some nefarious activity. Something that appears out of place, which I'm quite sure won't have escaped your notice. We literally talked about this.
Something out of place in here?
That's the key to this, Mikotoba. The remnants of the dark deed that took place in here are being masked by something quite incongruous. That is a word that I had to read. I must say I didn't foresee you ever doing this dance of deduction with you again, Mikotoba.
No, quite. But life is full of unexpected twists and turns, as we all know. Now then, let's see if I can uncover the truth here.
Yes, you have the floor, my dear fellow.
This guy's gonna do the salsa.
Right?
The remnants of the dark deed that took place in here are masked by something quite incongruous. So, you know, wait,
Don't overthink it.
It should yeah, like, okay. Yeet! It's the rule of passage in this frame here. It's obviously out of place. The way they're hanging crooked on the wall, as if they were put there in a hurry.
Yes, as I'm sure you've already concluded. That frame was originally over here. The size and shape are a perfect match.
You're right. When did that frame move?
I don't even know. Hardly the most observant crewman, are you, Mr. Stroganoff?
Oh.
Sholmes, open your eyes. I would think your captain is quite justified in having his reservations about your reliability. He's probably just thinking.
Oh dear, that really seemed to touch a nerve. So,
Mikotoba, why did you lift that frame off the walls?
Uh-oh. Instead of the 7 oh, what? Oh, wait! What is this? What?
With it, that's weird, isn't it? It's kind of weird.
Wait, the guy, what? Huh. Wait.
Suspicious.
Oh my goodness, that looks like a bullet hole. Wait, what happened in this room? We need you, Jigoku, to explain this. Why is there a bullet hole in the wall?
America, explain!
America, explain! Like a bullet hole. What? Who have been shooting walls?
I see the projectile has been removed. Clearly the careful occupant of this room has already disposed of it. Now then, Mr. Stroganoff. I have the distinct impression that you're attempting to shield said occupant.
I don't know what you're talking about. Why would I try to protect Eastern Stranger?
Ah, so we're talking about the same man, I see.
There he goes, he just outed
Damn.
well. Oh.
I'm sure we can get to the bottom of this in no time, aren't you? Because there's some very noteworthy evidence that explains the reason why you're lying for the man. Yes, you've been told to keep up this pretense as clearly shown by...
I really don't know how to approach this one, Sholmes.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now, my dear Mikotoba, simply keep first principles in mind. Study your subject from every angle,
Yeah,
and I'm sure
around.
you'll see it. In fact, I'd put a wager on it.
So I'm to glare at the fellow from all sides? Well, I can certainly do that.
Let's take a look at him.
What's But he was bribed!
OMG.
Of course you were. I mean, yeah.
Shoot! I misclicked. I clicked on his chunky arms. Wait, I can read the dialogue. Hold on. Sholmes says Mikotoba.
Oh, wait, you read the dialogue. Come on.
He says, Mikotoba, no games now were my words, were they not? Mikotoba's like, come Sholmes, there's a fun in life without a little fooling around, huh?
Yeah.
Quite right you are. That was a close shave. I'd better rethink that before I'm the fool here. I didn't mean to click on his chunky arms. I was trying to click on the money. Hold on. Oh shoot. There's a lot of new dialogue if you get something wrong.
Well. It's almost too obvious for words.
Yeah, go ahead, I'll be there.
Oh my gosh!
Quite, the universal language of the world. Money.
I'm moody.
Not click on his arms.
And I'd wager that the Eastern fellow in question is Seishiro Jigoku? Yes? So, I presume you realize what this means. There are clear signs that a crime has been committed in this camp. In the way you're going, sir, you find yourself accused of being an accomplice. But...
I believe you know Mr. Stroganoff. You know where Mr. Jigoku is hiding at this precise moment in time. Well, I mean, don't look at it. As always, Mikotoba, in matters of deduction, the furtive glance is your unfaltering ally.
Yes, I think you're onto something there, Sholmes. You found the chink in this, burly fellow's armor.
We need only follow the man gaze to know where our prey is hiding. Our prey? The slightest flicker of the pupils, a minutely delayed blink. Nothing escapes my attention, even that which is barely perceptible.
You could hardly call the barely perceptible Sholmes. The man turned his entire head. It's not exactly what you describe as a furtive glance, is it? It's obvious. It's almost too obvious.
You shall let your tapping toes decide, my dear fellow. Well, alright, excuse me.
I mean, I was just like, surely he wouldn't fit in the wardrobe, but I mean, he's fitting in the wardrobe, you know. We now only follow the man's gaze to know where our prey is hiding. Where might a certain someone be hiding? Yeah, he's in the clothes, actually.
He's wearing his suit. He's sleeping. He's comfy in there. Just like Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
You
He's
turned to me
cosplaying as
to look at that
Ryunosuke.
large trunk, didn't you? The truth is, Seishiro Jokoku was unable to escape from the ship in time, and is, at this very moment, doing his best to stifle his breath, inside this trunk.
If he still has a breath to take, I fear he may be running dangerously low on air. I imagine he didn't count on us making a nuisance of ourselves for quite long. I think it would be in everyone's best interest for us to open the trunk as quickly as possible. Becky, your camera turned off.
But how can we? Are you forgetting about the combination lock? You don't know the 7-digit code.
The combination lock can't be opened from inside the trunk. Therefore, there must have been an arrangement for somebody to open it after our departure.
Of course.
In short, before Jigoku hid himself in the trunk, he must have told somebody the 7-digit number for the lock. As I'm sure you can confirm, Mr. Stroganoff.
No, I know nothing about combination code. Oh!
Don't move a muscle, my good seaman.
I was about to say. I'm just like, what? You know, Sholmes is 7. I'm pretty sure he wrote it on his arm so he wouldn't forget it. So, yeah, I mean, I'm so good at this, I already had it figured out.
You deduced it!
I sure did. Huh?
Ooh, this OST! Now, Mikotoba, would you do the honors and open the trunk?
How on earth do you expect me?
It's a 7-digit number, remember. Quickly now, we have little time.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wait, I need to see it again. Hold on.
Oh, wait. So,
I need to see it again. Wait.
Have you seen? Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, just press L1. You'll just see his picture. Okay, I got it. It's...
Wait. 5231045. 52310. Dang it, I can't do this.
5231045.
5 4 wait 5 wait now I dang it 5231 10 4 oh 045 yes I had it 0 4
Excuse me.
oh my god yeah
044 obviously.
no I was yeah I knew I was like wait if I read upside down there's the numbers I wasn't like stumped at all I was just like that's so funny that like I like that
Right. I really like this part of the game. It's so cool.
That did it. It opened. Or it opened.
Well, can we see our prize? Was I Seishiro?
Yes, you are.
Well, you had to meddle, didn't you?
Hello. Hey.
He's all snug in there with his little hat and everything. Well, Eugen, you found me now.
Seishiro. What? Why? Okay, what's going on here? This large man fit himself in the trunk.
You sure did.
I was really hoping beyond hope not to find you here, you know.
But you're not entirely unsurprised, I take it.
No, quite. I just wish it were some other way.
Well, are you ever going to introduce me? Your reputation precedes you, Mr. Sholmes. I've read stories of many of your exploits.
Excuse my manner, Sholmes. This is Mr. Jigoku, my old friend and traveling companion.
The devil's in the details, Mikotoba. I believe you meant to say, your old friend and traveling companion. Who made the cowardly decision to flee the country without a word to anyone when things turned sour?
Dang.
Sholmes, looks like you're about to get punched. I see my reputation precedes me well. What an honor.
Well, Seishiro, are you going to explain all this?
You know it all by now, I imagine. What you didn't know, of course, is that 3 days ago, on the night before our arrival in Britain, an attempt was made on my life here on this very ship. Kazuma did talk about that.
Yes, he did. By the Reaper of the Bailey? Yes, I've since heard. Because you were once prosecuted by the Reaper, weren't you? 10 years ago now, mind you.
And I had no idea at the time what a dangerous individual he was. Anyway, when we arrived in London to find the symposium was postponed until goodness knows when, it became all too apparent to me that I might very well be targeted again. So I hid in that
capital without saying a word to me about it?
I'm afraid so, yes. Of course, I realize now that I really ought to have confided in you.
Yeah. It's somewhat surprising, I must... Oh, wait, he's talking off.
That's me. They're somewhat surprising, I must say. Watch it not be him at all. What is? Well, first-class cabins aboard luxury steamships are in very short supply. It's more than a little hard to believe this one just happened to be available. So says the protagonist of some colorful short stories. Well, I don't quite care for your opinion.
This man.
They're about to start fighting.
Boys.
Well, the cabin just happened to be available, so I purchased a ticket and here I am.
I've just seen for myself the obvious remnants of what incident in this cabin. So you'd already purchased your return ticket before we even docked in Dover, had you? To prevent anyone from taking this cabin and seeing the evidence, is that it? Oh.
Oh, so now he's pleading the fifth, huh? Eugen, I have nothing to say to you.
Just like Kazuma.
Is
Why
the
y'all
same.
keep it quiet?
Well, in a mere 5 minutes, the ship was set off on its onward voyage and not make port again until Italy. I'm afraid we must insist that you disembark with us at once. I don't want to do that. You have no jurisdiction over my movements.
We have this, Seishiro. Take it. Oh,
eat it.
His face.
Oh. What is it?
It's a
subpoena.
Yeah, it's a subpoena from the Old Bailey. You're a man of law. Do you know what the ramifications of ignoring a document like this from the British courts would be?
Oh, he's pissed off.
Yes, he is.
You came prepared then, Eugen.
Come on, let's go.
One moment.
What is it, Sholmes?
Inside Mr. Jigoku's trunk, I found this rather fascinating trinket.
That's for the stuff. No, what is it? What is it, Seishiro?
I can't help you, I'm afraid. Some small component from something.
I know what it is.
What's wrong, Becky? But what? I have no idea.
Say it ain't so. By the look on his face, I think he generally doesn't know.
Well, let us pocket it as a small souvenir for my brief sojourn in France.
Well. Well, young Naruhodo, I think we've done as much as we can, I'm afraid. The rest will be on the shoulders of you and your assistant. Wow. There's a bullet hole in there, but, like... Now we can tell that he died, he got shot in that cabin.
You think
Probably.
so?
Maybe. I really don't know. Oh, back
my
here. Here we
goodness.
go. It's been years.
Girl, how are you doing?
Kazuma Sogi.
Yeah, that's him.
I know you wouldn't lie, but still, there's no doubt that you're hiding something. You're holding something back. You know more than you're saying. Why is this playing like we solved the case already? This is not the right OST. Hold on.
What do you mean?
Held back something you know more than you're saying. Okay. Know more than you're saying? Yeah.
During the last 30 minutes while this court was adjourned, all possible efforts were expended. But sadly, Mr. Jigoku's whereabouts could not be ascertained.
He's dead.
We must accept the unfortunate conclusion that the Reaper's already done the deed.
He's just like...
Well, I quite disagree with that, but okay. What are you slamming for? People are we're just talking. We're not yelling at each other.
Nah, he wants it over right now, right now.
There's no sense in wasting any more of the court's time. The prosecution calls for an immediate verdict.
Ahem.
Kazuma,
No.
shut up.
The trial cannot end now.
You're a Japanese man, Ryunosuke. You should know when to lay down your sword. Kazuma, at least my sword
and you
isn't
should
broken.
know never to pursue when the battle is won.
The court has already been presented with all the evidence and heard all relevant testimony. There could only be one conclusion, that the accused is guilty.
All relevant testimony? Far from it. There's still a crucial witness, from whom the court is yet to hear a single word of testimony.
In that case, call your witness to the stand at once, counsel.
Oh, he didn't breathe out.
He's inhaling, he's taking on all
Yes,
that air, he's
my lord.
puffing his chest out.
Tomorrow, if possible.
The witness is already on his way and scheduled to arrive tomorrow.
Who on earth is this crucial witness?
None of your business.
It's your dad.
Seishiro Jigoku. The very man alleged murdered by the Reaper.
Judge Jigoku? You found him?
Yeah, I did.
Why do I gotta slam it down like that? It's so violent.
It's mad.
But the investigations of every policing resource in the capital suggest that Jigoku is already dead. How, in the name of God, did you find the man?
Uh-oh. I have my sources. He was located in France during the recess, at the port of Durkin.
We followed his location from his Snapchat.
Thanks
I
to
don't know
one
what
of
to tell
Mr.
you.
Sholmes' famous deductions.
A lot shows.
Inspector Gregson already most certainly met with Mr. Jigoku on the night of his death, because along with Prosecutor Asogi, Gregson was on the mission to assassinate the man. No comment? I see. Which means that Seishiro Jigoku is the sole witness. who can clarify exactly what happened aboard the SS Grouse on the 31st of October. Points
I'm
at him.
testifying. He's testifying now. He's gonna be like, so Gregson came to my cabin. His little bucket of candy in hand. He knocked and he said trick or treat, and it scared me.
It scared me.
It would have so I picked up my gun and then. Well, it would appear that it's too soon to move to education at this point.
Are you mad, baby? Are you mad? Are you sad?
The prosecution concurs. The court must hear Mr. Jikoku's testimony.
Oh, he sounds so hurt.
It's method acting. No judgment can be passed until all testimony's been considered. What's wrong?
You just sounded so hurt, and I know why, but it was so funny. I'm just crying.
Okay, fine. I guess we won't get our verdict today. In that case, I hereby call the end of today's proceedings. Court will convene at the same hour tomorrow. No objections from either side. My lord, I think Asogi's on the verge of tears.
No, my lord.
No objections, my lord.
The skin of our teeth. He's about to freaking. He's ready to get his hands on him. You see that? He's freaking staring hard.
Inosuke, why don't you meet me after this?
I have something to discuss with you in private.
It seems as if you have a little problem. Do
I
you
can
want me to
fix it.
solve it for you?
What you gonna do to fix it? Oh,
Do we have a problem, Asogi? Yeah. What are you gonna do to fix it?
Oh my god.
Yep. To be continued.
I'm gonna stay below that because I like that chapter. Well, I kind of cried actually.
You did?
I cried laughing. Yes.
I was gonna say, like, just normally?
No. The unexpected halt of proceedings sent a clamor? Sent a clamor through the courtroom. But outside the Bailey, where Londoners knew nothing of the secret trial within, it was a typical still night. Then, at a little past 8 o'clock that evening, Mr. Sholmes and his partner returned to Baker Street. Chicken!
Finally? Chicken, some pie, soup. You eating it?
Yeah.
We have returned, my dear fellows.
Welcome back to Britain, and thank you for your timely help.
Think nothing of it. I believe you have an even more wearing day than Mikoto and I know.
You could say that. We were on the brink of defeat in the court earlier.
So, this prosecutor Asogi had you on the ropes, did he? And he's your best friend, you say?
Oh yeah, me on the ropes, alright.
Dean's rather toxic, if you ask me.
Toxic and manipulative. Well,
Manipulate.
he's not
man
really the man I
whore,
knew in
man
Japan
slut.
anymore. Cosmo's changed.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo.
I mean, it's incredible to think that he even entertained the idea of acting as the Reaper's assistant.
Assassin.
Yeah, I'm sorry, assassin. My bad.
It's completely different.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, you must introduce me.
Oh?
You want to get to know us. You already met him. You accused him of stealing meat. Jesus! I've only ever met the young man as a corpse.
Excuse me. Don't. When all this started, almost a year ago now, Mr. Sholmes still hadn't told us the truth about what really happened back then. About the motivation for what he almost described as a great detective's lie.
Now then, I must say, it's really quite a journey all the way to France.
And we'll never get told the truth, yeah.
You don't deserve it.
Damn.
Well, it is another country, Mr. Sholmes, so what news of Judge Jigoku?
We took him to Scotland Yard. The investigative detectives there have a lot of questions for the man. Poor Professor Mikotoba. This must be quite a shock for him.
Yes. I picked this up at the telegraph office on our way home.
What is it?
Surely you haven't forgotten already. I put upon you for the matter only yesterday.
You put upon me, Sholmes? I had to fill out your telegram to Japan and foot the bill as well.
Oh,
Well,
you had a reply already?
What was so urgent, though, Mr. Sholmes?
Such matters can wait until later. I'm far too hungry for an involved conversation at present.
Oh, okay. Dodging the question again, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good news, because supper's ready, everyone.
And what a feast it is. If I were none the wiser, I think that trial were won already. Roast beef, kipper, stew, steak, and kidney pie. Yorkshire pudding.
Tomorrow could be a very long day, so eat up.
In that case, I think I'll seat myself just here. This place appears to be the only one set with a helping of pheasant as well.
Oh, sorry, Herthy, not there.
Why ever not? Are we set in places this evening?
Yes, and that place is for Susie's daddy.
For me?
Yo, this man got
That's
some
right.
pheasant.
I made it especially for you, Professor Mickey.
Mickey?
I see. Well, that's, terribly kind of you.
Iris?
It's a shame, really.
What do you mean? Sorry, what do you mean?
Well, for a brief moment, I believe it. That Susie and I were half-sisters, I mean.
Oh.
Ah. Anyone else singing today?
Oh, yikes. It suddenly got awkward at dinner.
Iris, do you mean... Yes, I know now. I overheard yesterday. I secretly listened in on the conversation you had after I tricked you all into thinking I'd left.
Oh, well.
What?
Uh-oh. Oh,
I'm
boy.
trying to be so careful, but she just
A
knows.
misunderstanding arose because of that autopsy report from 10 years ago. But actually, it turned out that neither Dr. Wilson nor Professor Mikotoba are Iris's father.
So she just knows now. Yes, about that Iris. You know I
know. You can't tell me at the moment. Oh, Iris. The pheasant is by way of an apology. I'm sorry for eavesdropping.
Oh, no, that's quite alright.
Then why don't I get any apologetic pheasant? I mean, because you lied to her.
So just who is Iris's father? I suppose that's not something we'll be finding out today.
So then, let us dine with our largely pheasantless plates are still piping hot.
Oh, I'm glad that, like, I guess her father's not dead, I guess. We still don't know who he is.
That's true.
Well, a fine idea, Sholmes. It looks absolutely delicious.
Eat as much
Deliscos.
as you'd like. There are always seconds.
Well, this could be our last chance to ask questions before tomorrow's trial.
Oh my god, hold on, I think it's
telegram from Japan and about Kazuma. I can't let this opportunity slip away. Tell us over dinner. I want to know.
Yes!
Oh my
What's up, babe?
Hey.
What's going on?
Hi.
We could just have him sitting on
Why
the...
is he just there? Hello? Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? Oh my god.
Surely it's abundantly clear
He's sulking.
that I wasn't brooding over Mikotoba's refusal to share his pheasant with me nonetheless. I felt the need to withdraw from the social circle for a while and look on with hungry eyes.
God.
Sorry, Herbie, but I cooked the pheasant especially for Susie's daddy.
He didn't even want to share? Even though I played the role of a father to you for far longer?
God. Mr. Sholmes, could I discuss some things with you? Is he even gonna speak? Oh.
Certainly, my dear fellow. I find myself in quite the mood for a spell of conversation.
Alright.
No doubt you're hungry to learn more of my deep love of game.
Maybe. I can probably contain my curiosity on that one. Don't make him sad again.
You needn't look at me in that fashion.
In what fashion?
It seems that before we discuss the pheasant... Oh, this is where I quit the game without saving.
Oops.
No, on purpose.
Oh, really?
It seems that before we discuss the pheasant, we have some rather unpheasant matters to discuss.
Ah! Oh yes, it was, huh?
That clip is posted all over my Twitter. I'm gonna present him something.
Are you presenting something?
Oh, we have the small component.
Right, that. Mr. Sholmes, would you mind looking at this?
Excuse me. Oh, I inspected the component. I don't know if they're gonna say something new.
No, of course not. You know, it's like, no. I told you so, drawn to one single matter. The pheasant.
The
I
pheasants.
think you haven't eaten in weeks.
Look at him, he's nothing but skin and bones.
You see those little things all over the place, don't you? It's a part of the top of a pocket watch as you twist, set the time, isn't it?
It's called the crown, I believe. A watch would be quite useless without one.
The crown? Like, what sits on top of a monarch's head? That's a very grand name for such a tiny part. But actually...
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo?
If this is a crown, I have a feeling I might have seen a monarch around here somewhere with a very bare head.
If by monarch you mean pocket watch, then I'm quite sure you have.
Jesus.
Just say it, like...
Okay, that was the good part. Could we just have, like, the sword just here? That we can actually inspect it now, you know?
Right. They just took it back from Kazuma, I think. Oh yeah, because it got thrown into evidence.
Yeah.
Bum 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 bum.
Okay. Could I present it now, or just now?
Nah. I
Alright.
thought he would have said something different about it since we got it from him, but...
So, what was in that telegram you received back from Japan, then?
Ah, this. I thank my lucky stars it arrived in time. Record found as indicated, a duplicate follows. K. Asogi, A. Shin, T. Gregson, J. Wilson.
What? Those 4 names? We've come across the exact same list before. Yeah, it was in the disc, the one that Iris had deciphered. They came up in the Unforgotten Case last spring. Oh. What appeared to be a single case of aggravated murder turned out to be masking a monumental
Intrigue.
intrigue
Poor Windy Bay.
plot that involved the sale of British governmental secrets to foreign states. It exposed the means by which the secrets are being leaked. We deciphered a fragment of a message. K. Asogi, A. Shin, T. Gregson, J. Wilson. Well, we didn't find the names out until the case was over, and we never got to the bottom of what they meant.
I said it was a
All we
bus
knew
thing, Rudolph said.
was that the information had been sent by somebody in the British government to somebody in Japan. Wait, so, interesting. So, why are the names coming up again now? Well,
Yes, why did the sender of your telegram discover them, Mr. Sholmes?
I have here the message that I wired yesterday. Allow me to read it to you.
that's a very short message.
It say, send whole pics. Enter Judge Jigoku's office undetected and investigate telegram records. Expect to find communication from Britain dating 1 year ago.
Interesting.
List of 4 names need by tomorrow. Naruhodo.
Not a... Interesting. I sent it to a detective I know who specializes in clandestine? Yeah. Missions of this nature. That word, I've never seen it. Ah!
Why they gotta use that portrait of him? He doesn't look like that.
You asked Inspector Hosonaga to undertake such an wondrous task for you? And in my name? I wonder what guys he opted for this time.
My dear fellows, it was a matter of great urgency, you understand.
Anyway, the list of names we found in Seishiro's office, as Sholmes has predicted. I was about to say, if they sent the only person in Japan that kind of has connection here besides, like, whoever's in this room right now, would be, you know, Seishiro. And I was like, he got those. That's the telegrams he was sending back and forth. So, you know.
Interesting.
You know,
Huh?
I was like, huh. So you mean the mysterious collection of names that was sent by British to Japan was... It was sent to Judge Jigoku. He was the intended
Recipient.
Yes, recipient, blah blah blah. I don't believe it.
But that doesn't answer the question of what the list of names actually signifies.
I said it was bus size.
Guess who's first?
I did formulate a hypothesis about that. But without a shred of evidence, I couldn't possibly have shared it.
Mr. Sholmes looks deadly serious for once.
What? He looked serious when Gregson died, even though his hair was blue. Are you gonna tell us?
No!
No.
Oh my god! There it is.
Oh wait, you gotta. I think you have to present it.
Okay.
I think that's what you gotta present.
Record found as indicated. Yeah, the Hosonaga, he deciphered it.
Thank you, Hosonaga, my friend.
There we go again.
That's not it.
There was no room for doubt with your instructions in this telegram, Mr. Sholmes. We're very clear that it was Judge Jigoku's office that should be searched, so you obviously knew that's where the list of names would be found. Yes, we've read them all before.
Kasogi, Ashen, to Gregson, Joe Wilson.
Joe Wilson, that's you. But we only learned the 4 names just over 6 months ago now. Only because they appeared as part of a top-secret government communications that were leaked. Why?
That's true, yes. but at the same time, you were unaware of the background.
Yeah, tell us!
You see, those 4 names are wide to Japan. Around 6 months before that, approximately this time last year in fact, when you were both still in Japan. This is an old list of names.
Well,
it really would be hypocrisy on my part to reprove others for intercepting state secrets. Because after all, I'm perpetually eavesdropping on communications between the British and Japanese governments.
dun 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 dun.
Sholmes, you're a menace.
You're perpetually doing what? How? He's doing
Illegal.
what?
Illegal activities.
Yeah, he is doing.
Never mind the details, but you should know. No secret is safe from Herlock Sholmes when he has designs on knowing it.
Oh my, Mr. Sholmes. What a fabulous line.
Now, 1 month after that list of 4 names was wired to the recipient Jigoku in Japan, Dr. John H. Wilson was murdered. That was 1 month after, huh?
Yeah.
As soon as I learned of the incident, a hypothesis rapidly took shape in my mind. As it turned out, I was partly correct and partly mistaken. Got it.
Oh, what? There we go.
Nevertheless, it was the beginning of all the tragic events that were to follow.
Mr. Sholmes, please. Tell us all you know. Tell us about those 4 names and the tragedy to which they're all somehow connected.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't do that. I gotta go to sleep.
What?
It's gonna flip. No, it's not. I lied. Anyways, let's talk about Kazuma's death.
It's just not gonna. Okay, well, let me not. That tragedy we had to go through on the SS Berea, it was all for nothing. Kazuma wasn't dead at all.
What do you mean? He died on the inside.
We were completely taken in by the lie you told us. The great detective's lie.
I took no pleasure in deceiving you. However, at the time, all that concerned me was preventing the young man's study tour from taking place, whatever the cost.
What's the implication of that? What?
What are the lore implications of this Sherlock
He
show?
wanted.
Uh-oh. What are you scheming?
You scare me. I was like, this man got to the top in order to go to Great Britain, but his intentions were not to study abroad at all. He was there to freaking make an assassination, my dude.
I capitalized on the events that transpired to see that he was sent back to Japan.
This man.
Send him back. Send him back.
Remains, you mean?
Precisely, Mr. Sato. And then I made sure that somebody else was sent to Britain in his stead.
Yeah.
Oh, why? You mean?
Yeah.
The arrangement between our 2 countries was already in place. 1 university student, lawyer, and 1 judicial assistant to be accommodated on a study tour. In other words, by arranging for someone else to fit the place originally intended for Mr. Asogi, I would successfully prevent the man from arriving on our shores for several years at least.
Oh my god. Wait, do you mean to say that it was all made in stopping Cosmo coming to Britain? That's why you...
It's the whole reason why he was on the boat to begin with. The whole reason. Think back, Mr. Naruhodo. Was there not somebody who quite casually urged you to continue on the voyage to England? Not that I think about it. The terms of the study tour were negotiated by...
Stop. Read it properly, it's been forever.
It has been. The terms of this study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. In the light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer and the study tour can continue, surely.
But there is no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer.
The voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find ourselves another suitable lawyer. That's something you would say to Kazuma, Rinosuke.
Well, so you manipulated me? Well,
I've often remarked on the extraordinary lengths to which a friendship would drive a man. I was quite sure that you would rise to the challenge for your late friend.
I don't believe it.
But if it was all contrived, I mean, what happened was treated by the authorities as murder. The woman was mistakenly arrested as the perpetrator. What do you suppose became of her?
Naturally, I didn't allow the misapprehension to have any serious repercussions. I subsequently explained everything and assisted the unfortunate soul in finding the foreign refuge she sought.
I seem to remember Mrs. Sato and I had some.
Well, she was certainly not devoid of all guilt. She deserved every word, I'm sure.
I wonder if she made it to America then.
I know she did. So, Sato, what's wrong?
I'm afraid I simply cannot comprehend it. Why would you go to such lengths, Mr. Sholmes? Why were you so determined to stop Kazuma-sama from reaching Britain?
The truth is,
12 months ago.
12 years ago, when I was just a child, there was already a very tangible omen of the impending tragedy, you see.
Oh.
The moment in time is close at hand.
An omen of all the tragic events that already existed a year ago is close at hand. We need to find out exactly what Mr. Sholmes knows. And will he tell us?
Maybe he will. Maybe he will.
As I
said.
Oh my god.
Back when I was 12, I encountered... As I said, when I learned of Dr. Wilson's murder in Japan, my mind immediately turned to those 4 names. Because you see, there was someone else on the list who I believed to be recently deceased.
Oh? What? Who? That's what I thought.
Shin, as it was described in a Japanese script. In actual fact, Miss Asashi. That was a familiar name to me. She was a professional killer well known among London's unsavory classes.
Oh,
I don't know what's so professional about her. She shot a man in broad daylight when she could have poisoned him and left.
Exactly. She messed up on her part, but she got away anyway, so, like, it didn't matter.
It's true.
But karma come to her anyways, so, you know.
It also true. She shouldn't have said some racist to write in any memo. Bless up. She deserved it. But she had completely vanished from existence several months before Wilson's murder. So I came to the logical conclusion that she had herself been killed. and accordingly I became fearful for the lives of the remaining 2 persons on the list.
Keiyosogi and T. Gregson.
Owing our proximity, I decided to take measures to protect Gregson myself. But I determined it'd be safest if young Asogi were to stay away from Britain.
Ah, so that's why you went to such lengths to prevent his study tour from going ahead.
Exactly.
So, you already knew who Kazuma-sama was, Mr. Sholmes.
The news had been leaked years ago.
Oh yes, Sholmes and I have exchanged correspondence for years.
Yes, letters
We
for secret
recounted
lover.
many tales about Asogi to him in letters and the news of Dr. Wilson's death, of course. It'd be funny if Kazuma had something to do with, like, Wilson's death, you know?
Oh my god, like he did it himself.
He was in that place before he left. He's like, I have some matters to attend to, and then he left. What if he... What if he knew him? What if he knew all the people? I'm dying, hold on.
My god.
It stuck up on me. What if he just knew all those people he left because he's just like,
Something's
Did they
going to
all
happen.
know about each other, though? The people in the telegram, then? I'm wondering. But she killed somebody that was on the list. Huh.
She did,
So
which
Dr.
is
Wilson is dead
interesting.
then?
Sorry, Iris. Yeah, she is.
Didn't know.
Oh wait, I thought you knew.
Iris!
Oops.
I know he
Oops. Yeah,
wasn't
but
my daddy, but still. That's very sad. I'm so sorry, Iris.
sorry to find
I
out
knew
this
that
way.
the significance of the name, obviously, but... we just... couldn't bring ourselves to tell you. No.
Oh, that was a...
No. No.
Anyway,
What you just told us, Mr. Sholmes, doesn't completely tie in with the facts. There's one big hole in your, hypothesis.
A big hole, Mr. Naruhodo?
can we all see it?
Yes, you mean about Asa Shin, I presume.
Oh, of course.
Exactly. She wasn't killed, was she? She was in Japan,
I mean,
posting as a visiting
technically.
student under the name as Giselle Brett. I'm glad.
I'm glad you're keeping up, my dear fellow. But I only became aware of the facts 2 days ago, in the foyer of the Great Waterloo Hotel. Girl, you gotta keep up with me. I just glanced at the... He
Sorry.
literally knew that Asa Shin died 2 days ago. That's when he found it out. So he thought this whole time that she was dead. I mean, technically yes, but also wrong.
Yeah.
And upon hearing that startling revelation, the hypothesis that I had formed surrounding those 4 names was completely turned topsy.
Topsy-turvy? What? Topsy?
Topsy-turvy.
Oh, topsy hypothesis. What do you mean when you say your hypothesis was turned topsy, Mr. Sholmes?
I believed all 4 names on the list to be names of victims. However, I was mistaken.
Very much so. Asa Shin was a killer. So in this telegram is the list of both victims and killers, is it? Actually,
It would seem that Miss Shin...
I would say actually all of them have. Well, I don't know. No, Wilson was not. I don't know Wilson to kill anybody. He just
Wilson
died.
did not kill anyone. No, he just
He
died.
just got killed. But they're all potential targets because all of them are dead but Kazuma. And I feel like he was next, honestly.
You think?
No!
Wait. What happened, Becky? What happened?
Ah, that hurt. That hurt me. My brain.
Wait,
That hurt me,
what's
actually.
going on?
Hold on.
Tell me what you
I will.
cooking up.
What? Oh my god. No, because both of them were still alive. But, like, what if Gregson took the bullet for Kazuma? Oh my god! Wait! Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, good golly. Go willikers. Oh, jeez.
My god. Becky's going goo crazy.
My brain just like stopped. I'll halt. My brain's like, the freaking realization. My eyes got something. I was like, ugh, that hurts me. That literally like my stomach went all like. Ugh.
Did it? Oh my god.
Okay.
Excuse me. Ah yes, Asashin was dispatched from Britain with the sole intention of dispatching Dr. Wilson. Her visiting student status being merely a front.
Which would of course explain why no motive could have been determined for her action.
Yeah, she was just like sent to kill him. That was her motive. She was just.
That's her job.
So the real reason Dr. Wilson was killed by Asashin is because he was a target of the assassination.
Yeah.
By Miss Asashin.
Assassin, the assassin.
And
Who was sent to kill Wilson. Because she's
by
an assassin.
Asashin.
She's
By the name of Asashin.
Because she's an assassin.
She's an assassin by the name of Asashin, an assassin that was sent out to assassinate Dr. Wilson.
Because
Asashin,
that's her
of
job.
course.
Assassin, because she's an assassin. Okay.
And forearmed with that knowledge, fresh consideration of this telegram puts the list at a very different perspective.
What do you mean?
Well, does it not strike you? There is another among the four, who subsequently became a visiting student.
Wait, you mean...
But of course, a name you know only too well.
You mean... Kazuma?
That's right, the samurai with a mission, Kazuma Asogi.
There goes his theme. Well, his resurrected theme, anyways.
That's right.
Oh!
His I'm evil
my
now
God.
theme.
He did say in court earlier today. Mm-hmm.
Yes, on 31st of October, I accompanied Inspector Gretchen to Dunkirk in order to carry out her mission.
Your mission was assassination.
And the mission was the assassination of the monk.
But he said he didn't do it and he left. But then we found remnants of Karuma in the trunk of Gregson. It was just like...
That's true, but you also have to remember what Shones is saying now.
Yeah.
Young Mr. Asogi accepted that mission a year ago now.
Mm-hmm.
Sure not.
In conclusion, this document is a contract of sorts. An international agreement, one might say, detailing an assassination exchange.
Assassination exchange? How could Kazuma possibly have gotten involved in something like that? Jesus.
Well, let's find out. Let's assume that we have two parties, each wishing to dispose of a distinct individual. Those two parties then make a contract to swap their respective assassination targets. That would then be an assassin exchange.
So to
By
begin with, the
Asashin.
British...
To begin with, the British assassin
is dispatched as a visiting student to Japan, where she kills her target. And then the Japanese assassin is dispatched as a visiting student to Britain in order to eliminate his target.
Wow. So who was originally his target?
Well, Becky, if you look at the list,
Wait.
go take a look at that list and look at the order of the names.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, wait. Oh, okay.
A-Shin, J. Wilson, K.
Yeah.
Asogi.
So he was sent to kill Gregson. Huh.
Just like that.
Huh. Interesting. I was about to say, so wait, the order of the names, I was like, that has to be something, and then you're like, take a look at the list, and we're like, of course.
We'll go ahead and just land
like-
at it.
Really, certainly does seem like an exchange.
But What on earth is the point? Yeah, don't forget, Naruhodo, that the British assassin at least escaped conviction. Right. Thanks to diplomatic immunity afforded by consular jurisdiction. Oh yes. This jurisdiction should be null and void under the terms of the new treaty between our two countries. So the fact that it was brought into play suggests intervention at the very highest levels. The highest levels?
Which would mean... These murders are two sides of the same coin, linked not by common motive, but by contractual agreement.
Wow.
As such, they appeared utterly unrelated, yet in truth the assassins were complicit in one singular devilish scheme. Which, Veki, yes, Kazuma did know that that man was gonna die that day. He didn't do anything about it.
He left, he's like, you know, I gotta leave.
Ooh, it looks like it's gonna be 12. I gotta go.
He's like, oh, I have some matters to attend to. And I was just like, Kazuma, you little sneaky snake, you liar. Freaking,
he like tripped over his own 2 feet running away.
So he let Kazuma take the fall and he knew about it. And he's like, I'm gonna defend him in court because he's my friend. But at the same time, like...
Yeah, he didn't have to do that at all. He could have just let Naruhodo take the fall.
Listen, he's a good man. See? He has a good heart, but it's kind of twisted.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, he's a little... He's got some problems.
Some. It's a bit more than some.
He's got some major problems. He's a lot.
Got some daddy issues.
Yeah.
He accepted the whole student exchange thing knowing why. You know...
How long has he done this, though? Well, no, they said that he got caught, 12 months ago, a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Was it, like, before?
It probably was before. I think so, because,
Dang, so he became a student there on purpose.
Like, I mean, I assume the second that it was like, hey, you know, we're gonna do a study exchange, I think that was the moment where, like, maybe he knew. But maybe before then, because, I mean, they had to set up the contract or whatever.
Dang,
either way.
Just thinking about that, taking that into consideration, dang. Wow.
The fact that this whole time, the only reason why Kazuma wanted to go to Great Britain was to kill Briss. That's it. It's the whole reason.
His mission!
Maybe his dad, maybe also related to his dad, but mainly the real mission was...
He lied about that specifically.
About his father?
No, about his main reason to coming.
Oh, changing the legal system? Yeah.
That too, but also because of his dad. That wasn't his main big reason. It was because he's like, I'm here to assassinate somebody. But also his dad, yes, because it's like...
I think they could both coincide.
Yeah,
I think it's both. I feel like if his father didn't die in Great Britain, he probably wouldn't have taken it. Because his father gives him another reason to be here. And not just, hey, I'm gonna kill somebody because I feel like it.
That's just another good, front in the lie. You know?
Not a front, but also just kind of like... That gives him the push to be like, yeah, I'm willing to kill somebody to find out what happened to my dad. I think that's what it is, you know? Either way. Now we know. I feel like with the whole, like... Naruhodo just being there... Because the thing is, she was gonna poison him quietly and leave, but then she saw Rinosuke there, and she's like, well, I should make a scene. So I think Kazuma really didn't think that he was gonna get caught up in it.
Nah, he said, I'm leaving, and then he said, I'm gonna stay here a bit longer, and then, like, he's just like, oh, yeah, that would seem like you. And he's just like...
That'd be kind of suspicious, though, if he was like, we gotta go. We actually have to leave. I'm not kidding. We gotta go. I read this, by the way?
Oh, no, I know.
Okay. I didn't know. I was, like, asking, pretty much. I wanted confirmation. It still
Wait a
wasn't
minute,
Ansem who killed
Schultz.
Gregson, though. I mean, it could have been Kazuma.
If this telegram really is describing the exchange of assassins as you're suggesting, it would mean that the Japanese killer's target was never Seishiro Jigoku at all. Yeah.
He lied about that as well. Kazuma literally lied about Jigoku.
He did, yeah. In the court of law.
In the court of law, he said, I was gonna kill Seishiro, but then I decided not to. Like, okay, Kazuma, why is Kazuma broken?
Yeah, it was actually Inspector Gregson. But the thing is, Gregson was shot. Kazuma doesn't hold a gun.
He doesn't, just
He
a
uses
sword.
Barrock. There's some big old conspiracy stuff going on right now.
Something going on.
But Jigoku knows. But why was he not saying it? Well, no, he got the letter.
He was hiding in his trunk specifically
Right.
to escape
away.
for some reason.
Yeah.
But he didn't know. He was just like, you can't
What?
make me do
Kazuma's
anything.
Here for Gregson? Yes, Ryunosuke.
Ryunosuke, look at the list. Are you crazy?
Yes, Ryunosuke. Your boyfriend's a killer. Well, I mean, not a killer, but I don't know yet. But
What do you mean? It's obvious what happened. He held up Karuma and then, like, the little piece shot out of it. He got Gregson clear in the chest. I don't think they ever found a bullet.
They didn't. They said the bullet was taken out very meticulously. Like, it was very planned, very well thought out. And Karuma... Oh, Karuma's sword. Maybe somebody shot the sword, edge of the sword. Huh, I don't know. I really don't know.
We'll just have to see.
Huh.
So, Judge Shigoku wasn't actually the mark.
Yeah, what's actually the mark?
Yes, that's exactly what it would mean.
Well, it's getting quiet now. I feel like that's all we have.
I hold myself personally responsible for failing to keep the inspector safe.
At least you did better than Hosonoga over here.
Frickin' Giselle Brett died immediately. Like, the second she was under his care, he was like, damn, she died. Oops. To be fair, you can't blame him anymore for what happened to Kazuma, because that was all, like, Shones. I mean, it was also Nina. Nina definitely did that, but then Shones took him away. So you can't hold Hosonaga against him not protecting Kazuma, because it's literally out of his control. But yes, with Asashin, that was literally his fault. I told him of my fears and implored him to seek a transfer to an overseas position.
Well,
obviously, with the young pickpocket in tow.
Yes, Gina. Come to think of it, Inspector Gregson did mention that to us at the Great Exhibition, that he'd be transferring to Paris Police and taking Gina with him. Well.
But without informing me, he engaged in one last assignment, it seems. And sadly, it turned out to be his very last.
This is too much to take in.
Not the first time Ryunosuke said that.
Oh god, my best friend is a killer.
Oh, jeez. And a liar.
Alright, everyone, that's quite enough for all the serious talk for one day.
I mean, it's gonna happen again tomorrow.
Isn't it, Hurley? I mean, look at the time. The chicken's getting cold.
Ah, quite right, Iris. We must conclude our preparations for tomorrow.
What preparations? Well, I think I shall make my way back to my hotel room now. This has certainly been a night to remember.
It is. A little bit sad, though. I mean, I like the idea of you being my daddy. Because then, Susie would have been my big sister.
Aw. I'm sorry, Iris.
I know, Iris. I was thinking quite the same thing. Weren't you? But if somebody like me would be worthy, I would be delighted to become your sister. What? Really? Yes, without question. So, you'll teach me all the ways you know to the Runo, to the floor?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes, of course. It would be my pleasure.
You didn't have to agree quite so readily.
Oh, but wait a minute. If Susie's going to be my big sister, you could be my big brother if you want, Runo.
Huh?
Oh.
I mean, yes, of course. If you'll have me, I'd gladly be your brother.
Well done, Iris. We must always be mindful of feelings. I rated you so well. Yeah?
Because being sensitive is your strong.
I'm going to work extremely hard for tomorrow now, because it's for my big brother and sister.
Found family.
Oh. What is all this talk about preparing for tomorrow? Preparing what?
Praying for this.
You'll just have to wait and see.
Oh. Yeah.
Good luck in court tomorrow. I'm expecting a sterling performance.
I'll do my very best, of course. So the overnight break in the trial's proceeding became a crucial turning point, exposing new truths while posing new conundrums. The list of 4 names on the telegram in Judge Jigoku's office. An extraordinary assassination plot in which my best friend had somehow become involved. He consensually signed that, actually. It literally was said multiple times.
Said somehow. Ryunosuke doesn't want to believe it.
I know he doesn't. Somehow. He said he would never. I felt as though I'd been plunged into an even greater darkness all of a sudden. But at the same time, I felt sure I would see the light again soon. Aww. Because I was lucky enough to have the most wonderful family in the world standing steadfast behind me. Aww!
His family.
Aww!
What if it said end?
And I'm like, wait, we can't!
Wait, huh?
I could just save over that other chapter, but that was okay. Wow.
Wow. 4th of November, 9:30 again.
9:30.
It's about to be 6:45 when we get out of here.
There he
Oh,
is.
we didn't even.
I like how Van Seeks is still here. He's like not even part of this like at all. But of course, Cosmo's like, I'm gonna frame this man.
He's the Reaper! He's the Reaper!
Before we begin today, I have a brief announcement. As with the closed trial 10 years ago, some astonishing facts have come to light in these proceedings. The revelation that well-known Reaper is actually an organization illegally executing its own brand of justice. And the discovery of a respected yard inspector was at its heart until he himself perished in an assassination plot.
Oh.
Well, I say to all members of the judiciary here present on this occasion, that we will stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth behind these disturbing findings.
Yes, of course, of course. You can sit back down now. Oh.
No. Big Dick Strongheart's gonna stand here and watch the trial.
Okay.
We will undertake this trial with the resolve to pursue the truth to the bitter end.
Resolve, yes. That's my intention. Oh.
The resolve of me, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. My lord, if I may inquire, the defendant may speak. On what grounds is Kazuma Asogi permitted to continue in his role as prosecutor?
Ha! Get him! Get him! Get him!
What do you mean? This is literally my fucking job.
Hey!
He has admitted to colluding with the victim in a plot to assassinate an innocent man.
Right? Right? Get him?
He shouldn't be enjoying the privilege of freedom, let alone be leading the prosecution. Oh my god, Kazuma's gonna leap over the bench and like just start fighting him. Can I please get a waffle?
Can I please get on? As I was just like watching, I'm like, oh.
Oh my god. I submitted a written petition to Lord Strongheart,
Of course.
requesting that judgment of my transgressions be delayed by 1 day.
Oh, I bet you wrote something, huh?
I put it through change.org, so he's obviously gotta listen.
He listened alright, huh? It had
did,
been a
he's-
day. Something can happen in just a day, you know, to change
It's
somebody's
true.
mind.
It is
Huh.
zip. Listen, let's just say that Lord Strongheart got some pretty nice pictures last night.
You did
You
what?
did what? In today's proceedings, I intend to expose everything. My whole life for the last 10 years has all been leading up to this one day.
Okay. What
That's
if
what
you're
I'm saying, that-
disappointed by it?
His dad is still the main, like, crux of the matter. Like, that's what he
Right.
wanted,
Right.
but he still accepted the assassin exchange. I feel like it's literally just like he wanted to find out what happened. His dad pushed him to being like, yeah, I will kill somebody in order to find out what happened. Whatever the outcome of this trial, I give my word that I will accept whatever punishment is deemed appropriate, however severe.
You mean you're willing to get executed?
Well, and I suggest you prepare yourself for the same. Reaper?
We're just gonna die in loving arms, I guess, huh? No comment.
You didn't even...
Cosmeta
comment.
is bristling with hostility today.
He's always been like that,
I
Renosuke.
get the distant impression we're heading into very dangerous territory. This man is...
Is that really even Cosmo-sama standing before us?
That's not...
As an
I-
extreme exception to normal practices, I have granted this prosecutor's request. He's like thinking about those pictures he saw last night.
Huh.
The defense finds this acceptable, I presume. I think it's very unacceptable. He should be sent to the gallows
yes,
literally right
my
now.
lord. Nah, he's like, I can't do it.
Can we behead him in court right now? In that case, in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare the court recession. We resume the closed hearing of Baroque Fancy. Sit your ass down. Nobody cares.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, get down. Above everybody, I was like, I don't. Oh, the music ramped up.
I love this song. It's so final.
The defense is ready, my lord.
Thank you for reading that. And I'll read this one. The prosecution is more than ready.
You should have read it also the way I read it. Okay. Very well, then this preamble has taken long enough. Prosecutor Asogi, begin. He's like standing on stilts. As you wish, my lord. The prosecution calls the first witness to the stand. Genshin Asogi. Bring Seishiro Jigoku into the courtroom.
This music, this OST is. I love this OST. It's good.
It's so good.
At last, then, we've reached the final battle. Oh boy. He's putting literally everything on the line now to just get to the truth. We could do this, Ryunosuke.
Yes.
Come on, Ryunosuke. It's time for the steely resolve, because this is going to test it. This is going to test it to the limit. Oh boy.
Witness, state your name and occupation for the court. Huh. So it was you who issued this, was it? Literally not what I asked. Your subpoena. I did what was necessary. Ha ha ha. Well, look what the young man has become. I didn't think I'd see the day when you take that tunnel with me, I must say.
Do you like it?
I mean, according to the art we saw today, he sure does. The witness will ensure his responses are pertinent to the questions asked. My name is Seishiro Jigoku, Supreme Court Judge from the Empire of Japan.
Okay.
16 years ago, this man came to London as a visiting student. 6 years later, he returned to Japan. As well as presiding over the Supreme Court, he's also currently Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Yeah.
I am, of course, fully aware of Mr. Jigoku and his preeminent roles. You talk so much strong heart. I invited him personally to the International Forensic Science Symposium as a representative of his country. I hear he also played a key role in the conclusion of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. Does he just like to hear himself speak? It was a great honor to be involved in the negotiations. I put all my all into that treaty.
Judge Jigoku, I must ask.
Well, I never fancy the young murdering student turning up here of all places. I didn't kill anybody, and you know it. It was at your office. It was Giselle Brett.
You acquitted me yesterday, and now I'm a practicing defense lawyer.
Yes, and full of self-importance like your friend across the courtroom, I see. You're just mad.
You came here to London by invitation to the International Forensic Science Symposium, but then, without informing anyone of your plans, you took flight to France.
Took flight? I'd have to check that sort of phrase.
Then explain yourself. What exactly were the circumstances?
Well, I was somewhat expecting this, and I'm sorry to say. I decline to comment. What? You got subpoenaed here!
You and Cosmo are insufferable right now. What?
You're literally the most annoying man I've ever heard in my life. Leaving the country prematurely when I was an invited guest may be questionable etiquette. But my decision is unrelated to this case. I can't be bound to testify. Unrelated, you say? Uh-oh. The boys are gonna start fighting.
Oh my god.
I appreciate that a respected police inspector has been killed for...
Hey, actually, I wanna point something out real quick.
Yeah?
I was gonna point out that, you remember when, Yujin said that, Kazuma went to, like, Jigoku about things, right?
Ah, yeah, he did.
So, I feel
he
like
even went to Jigoku the day of the trial, like, after Ryunosuke was acquitted. He did go to Jigoku that day,
yeah, too. He's like, I have some stuff to discuss with you. Ow! I see.
Baby, let's talk about a few things, haha. So you're gonna kill Gregson, right?
You gotta do it, you gotta take him out. Yeah. Don't let your... Don't let, Wait, so, but, okay. I know Kazuma didn't know, like, stuff was gonna go down, but, like, I remember, like, he brought Ryunosuke along, knowing full well, like, what he needed to do, but he still was bringing Ryunosuke. Like, huh.
Yeah,
he
I
really
mean,
did care for
emotional
him,
support.
Then he's just like, oh my god, I killed somebody, Ryunosuke.
I mean, if you gotta remember when the last, that one time they spoke to each other, Ryunosuke thinks about a lot is when Kazuma was gonna tell him something. And then he said, never mind. Like, on the ship. He was probably gonna tell him what he came to Great Britain to do and then decided not to say anything. Because he probably trusted Ryunosuke that much about it. He was just gonna tell him, like, hey, I was gonna come to Great Britain to do this, but... I hope you don't think any less of me for choosing to do
and then
this.
he said, I have some... Remember, he's just like, well, when I get to Britain, and then he said, never mind, nothing.
Yeah.
Forget about it. He wanted to tell him there in that room alone. He did want to.
So it's interesting, like, you know, watching you go back through the game knowing what I know, and it's
Right?
like, it's interesting. That's definitely what Kazu was gonna say.
But to know that he took Kurinosuke with him as some kind of support.
Yeah, just for support. Emotional, perhaps? Physical?
Oh my god, my phone is moving.
Hmm.
Stop!
However, being an alien, I had obviously never met the man, nor do I know the first thing about him. As such, I'm in no position to testify. It's as simple as that.
So you would run from all this?
Uh-oh.
I mean...
I beg your pardon?
Yeah.
This case is more far-reaching than the murder of Inspector Gregson. It has ties to another murder, a case that was tied in Japan almost a year ago now.
Don't ask! Don't! Oh, well, I mean...
A year ago in Japan. The murder of Dr. John H. Wilson, you mean?
That's right. And you, Judge Jigoku, are at the heart of both cases. Don't say you have, like, no... yeah. The defense has evidence to prove it. The smile on this man's face.
Right? Well, Ryunosuke, I see from the look in your eyes that you're resolved to carry this through to the very end, too.
Yeah, no comment from me.
Let's see your evidence, then. What proof do you have that Seishiro Jigoku is involved in this case?
I kind of want to get it wrong because now he's asking me personally.
He's asking you personally? Bro, it's obviously the red wig. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, just look at it.
None of this has any relevance anymore.
It really doesn't.
Except for who put everything in that one room just to play around. That's the thing.
Pretty much.
I just present
It's Karuma Aribe.
Do you want me to present the wig for real?
I don't. You can present it if you want. You can present whatever you so wish. The gun? I don't know. The badge? Not the badge. The armband?
Just presents the armband. This is it!
Oops, sorry, misclick. Wait, he stopped smiling so fast. He stopped. He was like, what on earth is that?
This piece of evidence is a welcoming present to the courtroom with the compliments of the defense.
You have a poor grasp of British Court Etiquette Council. Excuse me. And that's the extent of your resolve.
Is he gonna laugh at me? Oh.
You disappoint me, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Oh no! Oh! Ow, ow, ow.
Ow,
Ow.
Dang. Stand tall, Naruhodo. That was a minor blow.
I don't know
was
about
it?
minor. Yes, exactly!
Having your best friend tell you he's disappointed in you really stings, though. But of course, we have evidence that ties Judge Jigoku in this case. Evidence showing a few key names, even. They give it to you if you...
Literally. Good. There's still plenty of fight in your eyes.
Oh, you're looking at me?
Damn.
Nice.
Looking at my beautiful eyes. Let's see your evidence then.
I like how he's still egging me on to, like, you do have the evidence, like, show it. Prove it.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Managed to locate by stealing into Judge... Why does it say stealing into Judge Jigoku's office?
That's proper grammar, yeah. It's just an older way of saying it. I'm not gonna...
Yeah.
It's just... The evacuation drill, obviously?
Nah, it was the one with the name. I was just looking, I was like, what was the crumpled paper again? Hold on.
You know what, Becky? I'm not
Will
gonna
you not hold on? Okay. Oh, there I go, accidentally pressing the button. This is a telegram detailing a communication set between Britain and Japan approximately 1 year ago. The communication contains 4 names. Here we go. Kei Asogi, A.
You're
Shin,
saying it wrong.
to Gregson, and Joe Wilson.
Thank you.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Hold it.
Uh-oh.
You little... Where did you get that?
Why is he so angry?
I'm
In
so
Tokyo?
pissed off.
From your office, Judge Jigoku?
What? How on earth did you... What's this all about? Why is my name on that list?
Don't you
Oh my goodness,
dare.
I'm but an innocent little prosecutor,
This is the
24
4
years
names
old.
follows a certain pattern.
Why would my
To
name be on
Gregson
that
and
list of
Jewison?
assassin?
The names of victims, Kasogi and Asin, are the names of assassins.
No.
Guess what? Kazuma actually pulled that trigger.
I can't believe you do that. I'm not doing that again. That hurt. Hold on.
Dr. J. Wilson. Dr.
John H. Wilson.
John H. Wilson's life was taken at the Western Style restaurant in the capital. It's funny we're bringing this first case back up in the very last case now.
Exactly.
I
You wouldn't
do
think
kinda
it's
like
not connected.
That.
Yeah. It's
Culprit
funny
was
because you
found to
just
be a
like, you
visiting
know,
student sent by the name of Giselle Brett.
everyone was so
Her
bothered
name
about the
was
fact that she
Asashin.
seemingly had no motive.
Right.
Everyone was like,
That's what
why?
I was
Why
saying.
did
I'm
she
like,
do
well,
it?
why did she? That's what I said in the beginning. Like, what was even her motive? Nobody told us about that. It's just because she
That's
was an assassin.
Yeah.
A professional killer sent on a mission to kill from Great Britain. A. Shin and her victim, J. Wilson. I'm sorry, I'm reading it wrong. I want to read it right.
Thank
And
you.
the murder
Thank you.
that just took place here in London was the counterpart of that crime. An assassin sent from Japan, also a visiting student, Kazuma Asogi, whose victim was the British police inspector Tobias Gregson. Kasogi and to Gregson. One assassin for each country to kill a talker residing in the other.
I have to say this is very unpoggers. What exactly is the defense suggesting?
These 2 cases of murder, one that took place in Britain and one in Japan, were mass-minded by a pair of individuals from each country as a form of assassin exchange. The telegram offense that was acquired is proof of this international contact to kill.
What?
Ooh.
What?
Get him, Ryunosuke. The telegram is found in your office, Judge Jigoku. In other words, the mastermind in Japan was you. He's stroking his leg.
Judge Jigoku, what's this all about?
Acting like he don't know.
I'm just an innocent little prosecutor. I had no idea it was on this today. To kill Buddy? I wouldn't do that. Dot, 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 dot.
And you, Kazuma, you lied. We're gonna call him out. Yep, caught them in that lie. During yesterday's proceeding, you acknowledged that you'd accepted the assassination mission. But the mark wasn't Judge Jikoku at all. It was Gregson, Detective Inspector of Scotland Yard, as shown by the name on the killing contract.
Very impressive, Ryunosuke.
Very impressive. It turns me on, thank you.
But actually, I didn't lie.
Okay.
The name of the target I was ordered to kill never passed my lips yesterday. The only thing that passed my lips was, the idea that Seishiro Jigoku was the mark came entirely from you.
Okay.
Well, okay, so now you're gonna turn this on me.
Alright. You deliberately avoid saying my name?
The defense claims these full names indication sort of international. I'm sure I speak for all present, but I say, sit your ass down. Nobody wants to hear it from you.
Sit down, you little stinky ass man. Get your ass back down in that chair. You sit here and you listen to me. I am the defense.
Go take a shower, Stinky.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure I speak for all present when I say the very idea seems really absurd. Uh-oh. Stinky. Well, Mr. Jigoku, what do you have to say for yourself? Quite frankly, I'm upset.
His silence only goes to prove his guilt.
There's another very important point that this new development brings up. There's now a distinct possibility that the scene of Inspector Gregson's actual murder was in the witness's cabin aboard the SS Grouse.
So Shikoku, you have to testify now. To refuse would put you in contempt of court.
Ha ha ha! There's no need for quite such a vicious stare, young man. Very well then, as a parting gift to you all, I'll tell you everything I know.
Alright. Parting gift, huh?
It seems this Japanese gentleman had the information that the court must hear. About the alleged assassin exchange at the events of the night of 31st of October. He got a little stomach cramp. Hold on. Was that your formal testimony now? As you wish, my lord. That night, and the night before, there was some women standing over there. And I said to them, "What are you doing over there?" And then I looked at them and they were just some birds.
Jesus.
It's true that Kazuma Asogi was assigned the assassination mission 1 year ago now. The target was Inspector Gregson. That was a condition of the British study tour. However, in the end something happened that meant the young man was unable to carry out his mission. On the evening in question, a member of the crew was on duty outside my cabin at all times. If there had been a shot fired, the crewman would have heard it, so clearly I can't be involved.
That last one sounds kinda...
You're literally wrong. You're wrong! And I know why. So you admitted then? That this communication suggests...
Don't make me read Cosmos, because you keep reading.
Well, I mean, the problem is you're not reading it, right?
Yeah, it just came up for me. Oh my god. There really
not
wasn't
reading
assassination
it.
exchange arranged between Britain and Japan.
If you can't predict it, Reno, so I was gonna say I'm not interested.
If I can't predict, excuse me, Miss
A
Know-it-all.
A political endeavor at the highest level is not something I can discuss here. Of course I miss know-it-all. I finished the game.
It's such a worthy practice as foreign study to coerce someone to commit murder. It's the most appalling thing I've ever heard.
Appalling. Well, it's easy to judge.
Pardon? Sorry, pardon?
That one didn't hit my throat right. I don't know what happened. Asogi had a reason for taking his sword to that British inspector, you know.
Okay.
His beloved daddy, who had died 10 years prior. Which is why he accepted the mission. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Judge Shikoku, if you are the mastermind behind this operation in Japan, then tell the court the identity of your counterpart in Britain. He's not gonna talk.
I'm
There
not
he
obliged
goes.
to divulge that information. It wouldn't be that easy, Rinosuke.
He tried.
As I said-
yesterday, I've killed nobody.
Ooh.
Really admit that I accepted the mission, but on the night the was to be executed, I backed out.
I blacked out, I passed away.
In short, the assassination exchange that the defense is identified is unrelated to the events of this case. Now, I just had to get back at you. It's fine. We're done.
The crucial point is this. I only read one line, too. You read the whole thing.
Alright, yeah.
Your police inspector can't have perished aboard that the steamship in Dunkirk. Because if he had been shot in the cabin, it's inconceivable that a member of the crew would have heard it. That's right. Gregson was killed after returning to London, in the room of Fresno Street. And the perpetrator of the crime was the Reaper, Barak Van Zieks.
No.
The prosecution's accusation remains unchanged. Well, I've heard enough. To think that a seemingly innocent foreign exchange program was a facade for such dealings.
What is
Clearly,
that?
it's a plot. Only a
Machiavellian
government
dealings? What?
machinima. A high-ranking judge such as the witness could hope to execute. Well, I seem to recall that it was someone on the British side who controlled everything.
Oh.
Be that as it may, it's clearly not the place for this court to pursue this villainous assassin exchange policy. Let's talk about something else. We are concerned only with the tangible events pertaining to the murder of Inspector Gregson. Is the defense clear on that point, counsel? Crystal.
Yes, my lord. I'll keep that in mind as I cross-examine the witness. Beach.
That really hit the spot. It's true that Kazuma Asagi was
Didn't need to hit
Asagana.
that. Didn't need to hit that.
Wait, did you just
I
press it?
accidentally pressed the first time and hit it.
Okay.
You know, when Kazuma was still in Japan then.
Correct. It was at the examination center for applicants for the study tour that I approached him.
Oh yeah?
I'll never forget it. I remember exactly what you said. You just came out and asked me forthright if I'd considered traveling to Britain on an assassination mission.
Just out of the blue, huh? And you just like said yeah?
Surely not.
I thought it was a joke at first, of course, but then it was made clear to me that if I didn't accept, I wouldn't be considered for the study tour.
So you agreed to it just for that? I mean, I know how much you wanted to study in England, but assassination?
The Empire of Japan had accepted a proposal from the British Empire at the time. An agreement to send a student from each country to the others to deepen cultural understanding and friendship. But behind the scenes, the chosen students were to be given assassination missions.
That's the only reason that people got to study abroad.
Of course.
Ryunosuke actually was the only one that studied abroad, like, doing what, like, he thought they were all were doing?
Yeah, it's kind of funny, honestly, if you think about it, because it's like, he's not supposed to be here. He should have killed somebody, and they're probably waiting. They're like, when is this person gonna die?
Why didn't you expose the plot there and then?
Britain acknowledges no part in this alleged begotten misbegotten dealings. I advise you not to make spurious allegations, Foreign Minister Jigoku. As a witness, I am bound to tell the truth, my lord. I read that. Anyway, I picked Asogi and explained the details of the plan to him.
Did he just look ripe for the picking? Like, why him?
He had a bit of a, if you so call it, an hourglass figure. And I mean, that's exactly what they're looking for in Great Britain.
I kind of want to press all of them because I want to see the interactions between him and Cosma and then, Ryunosuke.
Yeah, you can do that.
It's like all the ends. Why, Cosma? Why did you pick him as an assassin?
He was the most capable of all the applicants. And in addition, he had a fat ass. I knew his desire to travel to Britain was very strong.
Oh, okay.
In fact, it was almost more than a desire. It was his whole purpose in life.
I mean... Yes. As his best friend, I can certainly attest to that.
As his BFF,
the way
I already
he threw
know.
himself into his studies, the way he pursued becoming qualified as a lawyer, it was all ultimately for one single goal of being accepted as a study tour to Britain.
And of course, we know the reason behind that. He was determined to find out for himself the truth about his father, Genshin Asogi.
You killed me with that comment earlier. Yeah, I know, right?
Which one?
You showed me that art earlier, the Genshin Impact that like died.
I mean,
it's Genshin's Impact, and I was like, I can't. I cannot.
But Becky, it was so big, like...
Yes, I understand. I do. I saw it. There's nothing I wouldn't have done to get there. Well, I'm writing this down now, Cosma. As you have just said this before my very own eyes.
Don't worry, a lot of people on AO3 already got you covered. There's nothing I wouldn't have done to get here. Be that agreeing to assume the role of an assassin, or betraying people's trust.
I don't need friends, they disappoint me.
I don't need friends, they disappoint me.
You took my trust and threw it out the window, Cosmo!
Well, you certainly did a fine job of betraying mine, Asogi. Yeah, well, it's pretty funny.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't.
But why? Was Inspector Gregson the target?
I have no idea. Those are the orders from Britain. I was in no position to question them. You have no idea. Really. I find that hard to believe.
And Cosmo, you ain't saying anything either. They're gonna fight also.
Can I please have a waffle? Oh, Do you?
Do you think this is why a lot of people didn't like Cosmo? Cause like he's very arrogant. He's
I
kind
don't
of
know,
an
because
ass.
Kazuma rated #1 in the popularity list. I'm sure that's because he's voiced by Yuichi Nakamura, but still.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about why he had no friends.
Oh, why he had no friends? I thought you meant I thought you meant actual people.
I was
Yeah,
like, no.
probably.
It's like he's kind of an asshole.
I don't really like him. He's so haughty, you know, like...
Toshigoku was once a visiting student here in Britain himself, of course. Perhaps he has some connection with Inspector Gregson from that time.
Oh,
The defense really ought to catch up.
with what?
With
The time.
these nuts.
The time.
It's not. With the fact that the assassination exchange has absolutely nothing to do with the case under scrutiny here. What do you mean? Gregson died, he was part of the list. Yes, I've already admitted to recruiting Asogi.
He freaking died upon the ship. I presume you referred to the incident that occurred during Cosmo's passage to Britain in January. That was like beginning of the month, yeah.
Yeah, we
Awful
gotta keep seeing
tragedy
this.
that took place on the steamship.
Word arrived at the Ministry some 2 weeks after the ship's departure from our shores. The visiting student had been killed, but his body had somehow gone missing in Hong Kong. News was wired for me from a detective I placed on the ship to accompany the assassin.
Obviously, Cosmo didn't actually die at all. But he did lose his memory, including all details about his special mission.
Did you not consider dispatching another assassin at that point? Hey, you could just find another assassin out of nowhere. That wasn't possible, simply because that black-clad young student over there had already put himself forward as Asogi's replacement. And there was no way to stop him from reaching Britain. My hands are completely tied.
So Mr. Sholmes' strategy worked perfectly.
He predicted everything that would happen.
Months later, my memory returned,
Wow,
but I never intended to go through with the assassination mission anyway.
really?
So, you were playing me right from the outset, were you? Is that it? I'd sooner be guilty of that crime than of taking someone else's life. I was prepared to do whatever I had to in order to get myself here to Britain. Can we stop fighting now? This line of questioning has gone on long enough. All the court should be concerned about in the testimony given by this witness are details relating to his relationship with Inspector Gregson and the victim's murder.
In that case...
As I've already made perfectly clear, I have no connection to the man or his death. And do you have some means of substantiating this plea? I got a plea for you right here.
Outside your cabin in the first-class area of the SS Grouse, you mean?
Yes, that's right. Not least because there was a murder of a student passenger earlier in the year, I imagine. But the liner operators have taken to posting a crewman outside every first-class cabin door. I can confirm the presence of the crewman and guard myself.
What do you mean?
Because I accompanied Inspector Gregson to Dunkirk that night, I witnessed it with my own eyes. There was a well-built crewman standing guard directly in front of the door to the witness's cabin. And it does look like chicken. At that particular time, of course, I'd gone through the ship's dining room for dinner. They allowed us into the cabin while we waited for Judge Jigoku's return.
I suppose Inspector Gregson was there in his capacity as the Reaper. He was intending to take the witness's life.
Exactly, as I've said numerous times now, I had no intention of killing anyone.
So the crewman let two potential assassins into the cabin he was supposed to be guarding. Not the most convincing of, sentries, really.
In truth, those are my thoughts too. But anyway, I stayed to talk with Inspector Gregson for a short while. And then I left him there and made my way off the ship alone.
Was the guard still at the door when you went?
Yes, he glared at me as I walked past. You see, that proves it. Okay.
Well, the crewman who was standing directly outside your cabin door, you mean?
That's right. A muscular man with a permanent, grim expression on his face. He didn't move once from that spot. To be honest, I thought he was a miserable fellow.
Yep.
But as it happens, he's a vital witness now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No, it's been a while.
There's no doubt that Gregson was killed by a gunshot. And it's inconceivable that a crewman standing just outside the cabin door wouldn't have heard it.
Okay, but, just gonna say that, you know, you can't put the blame on Van Zee 'cause he wasn't even on the ship!
Well, they're still maintaining. They're saying Gregson died in Fresno Street, which Van Zee could have been there. They're not thinking about the boat at all.
What about the ship's enormous steam engines? The noise of them could have drowned out the sound of the gun being fired.
Sadly, an judicial assistant that won't wash.
Oh, well.
You will recall that my cabin was in the first-class area of the ship, which is also, of course, the quietest. Don't imagine that for a moment that it's anything like the steerage where the judicial assistants go. That's kind of rude.
I didn't mean...
Don't be rude to her.
But a hole like that, made by a bullet, was found in your cabin, Judge Jigoku. That's compelling evidence that a gun was fired in there.
What's that? A bullet hole?
We don't have a picture or anything. We can't prove this.
A hole?
Yes.
Oh yes, you're talking about what that detective uncovered on the wall yesterday, I presume. That was...
Yes.
That was obviously a rotten panel eaten out by woodworm. No doubt he didn't find an actual bullet. It was dug out.
That's the hole in this argument. His mouth isn't open this time. He's just like...
Sadly, I was unable to arrange for the crewmen to be brought back to Britain with me. But obviously, if a gun had been fired in my cabin on the night in question as the defense applies, I would have been arrested on the spot. I would have never made it to Britain in the first place. Very true. Witness's logic is sound. since no gunshot was heard from the witness's cabin on the night in question. We must assume that the witness is telling the truth.
Okay, alright. The world.
I'm glad you've seen sense, my lord. He's so suspicious.
The way he's like... I know Cosmo's already admitted to taking on the incredible assassination plot, but even so, hearing it confirmed by somebody else is still a really shock.
It's unforgivable. Using Cosmos on his feelings to manipulate him into agreeing to such a despicable plan.
But I think Cosmo manipulated Judge Shigoku too. He completely double-crossed him.
Oh dear, it's hard not to see that as a stroke of brilliance on Cosmo-sama's part.
One way or another, though, Gregson ended up dead. I really think that the murder must have happened aboard the steamship.
So you mean...
Judge Shigoku must be lying. Well...
I know I shouldn't let my emotions cloud my judgment. But you must destroy him, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh my god.
Well...
I already know the puzzle, so...
Of course you do.
So, you know... I know I miss know-it-all.
Yeah. Well, it couldn't be all times, because there was an evacuation! Am I right? Am I right?
Are you right? Maybe you should look at your evidence to back up your claim,
Alright. That's why he threw it in the trash.
It's bald. He should have ate it.
Following departure of the port of Durkin, all members were required to assemble at the main deck at 10 p.m. in order to review investigation procedures. Drill would take 20 minutes. Crew
20 minutes.
To resume duties as soon as the drill is over. Listen, everybody had to go up. So it couldn't be at all times. I had it. It didn't even take me that long either. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I figured it wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's pretty open.
Yeah.
Yeah. As the court has
Yes.
heard, there was a crewman posted outside Judge Shigoku's cabin.
Thank you. However, we can be sure that, contrary to the witness's claim, the guard wasn't there at all times.
What?
I have here a notice of a particular event that was scheduled to take place aboard the steamship on the 31st.
Where did you get that?
She just ate it,
He should've. Or put in his beard.
right?
You ain't gonna find anything in there.
It's evidence gathered by Mr. Herlock Sholmes. You were... sorry, you were acquainted yesterday? I was like trying to... My brain stopped on the word.
You were...
If you remembered.
Herlock Sholmes again.
Nobody likes this man. According to this itinerary, after leaving the port of Dunkirk at exactly 10 p.m. and for a period of 20 minutes, all crew members of the SS Gross were to gather on deck for an evacuation drill.
All crewmen were away from their posts?
Yeah. And during the 20-minute interval, of course, any gunshot emanating from your cabin should have been heard by no one.
I can't believe it.
Well. In summary, Judge Shigoku, you had ample opportunity to commit this crime. well.
Ugh. Kazuma's standing straight. A 20-minute window of opportunity. That's an excellent find, Ryunosuke. But it amounts to nothing.
Why?
Because the witness clearly stated in his testimony that no incident occurred in his cabin. He is literally lying, Kazuma. How many times have you been in the world a lot? These people lie out of their freaking teeth.
Exactly, man.
Unless you have some decisive evidence that can show his testimony to be false. Your accusation is nothing more than conjecture. Very true. Well counseled.
Inspector Gregson was killed in Judge Goku's cabin that night. I'm certain of it. Because the defense has the evidence to prove it.
You will present the evidence for the defense at once, Counsel. What proof do you have that the victim's life was taken in Jigoku's cabin on the 31st of October?
Would I have to... The only thing that kind of links the two would be the pocket watch, because the trinket was found inside of the thing? Or would I have to examine the pocket watch again?
What evidence was found in the cabin?
The top of the watch. This small component, but it was in the trunk.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was just reading the description basically, but it says a small machine part. That's what I was just looking at, basically. I didn't know if I needed.
Overthink it.
No, I was just like, I wasn't sure if I had to like investigate another evidence for them to be like, oh yeah, this connects, yeah.
Oh wait.
That's what I. Oh wait.
I don't remember if you had to examine the pocket watch first. I don't remember that.
That's what I said. Yeah, it's fine. Shikoku, this was found in your cabin yesterday.
Oh, the crown of a pocket watch?
Oh, okay, they just said it, it's fine.
Right.
But I was questioning, like, would I have to investigate it again?
I thought you were asking if you had to present the pocket watch. Like,
no,
no,
investigate, like, inspect the pocket watch again. Yeah. Oh, there it is, it's fine. And if you will observe the victim's pocket watch, which we know was treasured, he treasured it, it's missing precisely that part.
It can't be.
Moreover, the crown is a perfect fit to the spindle protruding from the victim's watch. Don't be surprised, Kazuma. Now, the fact that this was retrieved from Judge Jigoku's cabin tells us that the victim's watch most certainly broke there.
Ugh.
In other words, the victim was killed on the 31st during the 20-minute evacuation drill. In the cabin occupied by you, Judge Jigoku.
Oh, his eyes.
Yeah, that's...
Well, your razor sharp, aren't you, you young murderer?
Listen, I didn't do a thing. Stop.
Shit, I'm just... Expertly maneuver.
Oh, he's smiling.
That's a cute little smile. Expertly maneuver, Ryunosuke.
Thank you.
Thanks, babe. You do me a favor, Princess?
Hold on. At first. Okay. What do you want?
But rather like this pocket watch, it's full of cracks.
What? You know? Okay. Alright.
And I believe Judge Jigoku feels the same way. I was wrong to acquit you earlier in the year.
Sorry? What? What is this hostility?
If I had known that it would result in anyone having to listen to this drivel, I would have declared you guilty just to spare the world of your ridiculous bombast.
Oh my god.
Damn, he kinda mean. Becky, your camera turned off.
What? Hold on. It's because I'm getting a